Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm thinking of doing a bit unique video considering I haven't gone into this kind of video. So, this specific kind of video. So, ne- in this video, I'm gonna go about how to become a content creator. Not like what kind of steps to take and, you know, sort of kind of like that. And I'm not saying you need to follow any of these steps. These are just steps that I think are the best way to become a content creator, but you do you. So, in my opinion, um, being a content creator, first of all, isn't as easy as you might think, but it's definitely not the hardest job you could get still, so to speak. You still need to be up on top of your game, sure. You still need to, but depending on what kind of content, that might change, how difficult or easy it might be. Also, depending on, you know, your situation in life in general. So that's sort of what will go around. And, first of all, the first step to become a content creator is, and that is before you do anything or plan to become a content creator, or like, you know, is to think whether you are ready to become a content creator. And what I mean by that is whether you're ready to take on the challenge, like mentally ready and physically, basically, yeah. So that is the first thing you need to sort of figure out to make sure that you're actually ready to do it. And if you feel like you're ready and you want to do it, then go for it. Absolutely. Second is, well, like this one, I think is kind of obvious. Think of a name or use your own. That is also something you could also do. Whether you use your own name or come up with a name that fits for the channel, or or something like that. Yeah. For example, I go with the Thornado X, which is kind of which kind of makes sense in a way. Tornado is like tornado, and the Thor part is kind of like part of my name just thrown in there. So you have the Thor NATO part, like combination is also like, because tornado is also sort of connected to chaos, and chaos is my main fish. So yeah, that's sort of the vibe you will get from this sort of channel, is just chaos. uh not like not always, but um and we're not talking about like destructive kind of chaos, no, more like the happy kind, the fun kind. But yeah, as I said, like something that, like, second step, just figure out a name or just use your own name, which either one of these actually work fine, to be honest. um Third step is, think about what type of content you want to make. So it can be pretty much anything, as long as you're following the guidelines of, for example, if you want to be a YouTuber, you need to follow those guidelines. If you want to be a Twitch streamer, you need to follow those guidelines, and so on and so forth, right? But if you want to be like, I don't know, a person who makes a gameplay content, sure, you can be a gameplay content creator. You can be a music content creator. You can be a like you can make cooking content creation. You can you can go reaction content. And yes, I'm gonna say, right, reaction content isn't a bad thing at all. Despite some people actually saying that, it isn't. That is just a fact. As long as you follow the guidelines, you know, and make sure also that that you're, not taking credit for every someone else's work, and rather giving them the credit for their work, then you're actually doing the right thing when it comes towards reaction content. Um, but yeah, like as I said, reaction content is also allowed as long as you credit them and critique and all that. Critique, commentary, depending on where you are, of course. But critique and commentary is essentially something that is a part of it. Review content. Um, there's so many content you can end up creating. Um, Fourth step, which I think is probably something, yeah. The fourth step is setting up your channel before you start uploading, of course. So you need to make sure that that your channel is set up, ready to go for the thing. So you need to make sure that you have at least a logo if you plan on having a logo, or you can just upload your face. That's also fine, you know. But you need to have some sort of profile. The banner that you can also put that on. It does give style, so it is recommended, but you don't have to do it per se. Um, Another thing is what like the description about what your channel is about, which I think is also really important, so that the viewers, or whoever wants to check out your channel, knows what kind of content you will be making. So for me, as I said, I did write down, like, okay, here will feature gaming content and possibly something else as well. Which, I mean, I've actually, like, well, I've actually kept that standard, sort of. There is like, in general, I think there's more gameplay content than anything else on this channel. I might be wrong, since there's also review content and stuff like that. But some of the review content has gameplay in it, so it doesn't really, exclude that, sort of. So there's that. So yeah, there's that. Is there anything else you need? Well, if you want to, like, connect your channel to other social media, then that's also a, an option. You don't really have to do it. It's an option, but it's also a good way to get more, it is a good way to get more, people to watch your content and stuff like that. So yeah. Um what's the fifth step? Up re- Start recording and uploading new video. So now the first video will never be perfect, of course. And what kind of video you make depends on, how you make it, you know? It's not always about editing. Like, people, well, actually, no, wait. Recording and no, wait. Actually, before that, actually, no, nothing before that. You don't really need. Well, actually, you know what? Before that, fifth step is actually something else entirely, not this. So the fifth step would be at least have something to record with. Now, what I mean is, depending on your content, you might need at least a camera, right? And if you're gonna make gameplay content, you need at least a PC or a laptop that is possible to play, play games with, of course. And make sure you have OBS and stuff like that. If your PC, like if your laptop, for example, has a mic, you don't really need a mic at that point. Like you don't really need a mic to start off with, but it is also good to have to buy a mic just so it sounds better. But you don't really need it. Like that's kind of the point. It's the same thing with the camera. If your PC has or laptop has a built-in camera, you don't really need to buy a camera. Like I'm still using my like the camera from my laptop, so it's yeah, as I said, you don't really need a camera to begin with if you have a laptop and it has a built-in camera. But yeah, that is basically it. So now sixth step is to start record and upload. So and maybe editing, depending on depending on what kind of content you want to make. Um, depending on what kind of content you make, you know, you might need editing. You might not need any editing. That all depends on what kind of content you want to make. For example, review content, you might need some editing for that. Like that is something that you might need to do. However, for example, gameplay content or anything like that, you don't really need to edit it. Like you actually don't need to edit it unless if you absolutely have to, whether it is like leaking your password or something like that. That is, something you need to make sure that you're actually, not um revealing anything of that because people might actually take it. But then again, no one would. But then again, people might also not know that you have that account or something like that. That is also, but and also when it comes towards recording, you also need to make sure to watch out what you're saying and what you're doing. And what you say and do really reflects on who you are and what kind of person you are. Which for many people, so for many people, um, they start off roughly and just say something. There are some people that do that. Probably, yeah. Some people try to act to make sure that kind of like how Jacksepticeye did it. I don't think it was a bad choice. I think it was a um I don't think it was a bad choice per se. It was a weird choice. But yeah. And then lastly, which I think the last step, or actually no, it's not really a step. It's actually well, another step is just the it's part of the same step as the recording thing. Be yourself. Like literally just be yourself. Don't try to um act as someone else. Don't try to impersonate someone else. Just be yourself. You know, even though you're trying to put in an act, try to still be yourself from the inside so that people actually know that, hey, this is actually you know, what you see in the video isn't actually that person. It's it's just an act, right? You know, some people actually do this. That is true. Some people actually do this, and that's fine. It's fine to put on a persona in front of a camera if you actually want to go ahead and just go like, hey, like put on a persona, tell a random, I mean, it can be the same thing for like VTubers. There are some VTubers that actually go ahead and go like, hey, just tell a random story that isn't necessarily real per se, but like, like it is a random story, like random story that isn't real, but they're going into their persona, so like persona. So like they're basically, in short, they're role playing. Straight up. They're just role playing. They're role playing the characters they want to be in front of the camera. So it's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. You might think it's acting, but like acting is a bit more like, you actually need to act that part rather than role play that part. Uh because role playing and acting is a bit different. Role playing is not putting on a voice basically. It's like like role playing is basically acting without the whole like oh part of it, you know? Or putting on an accent or anything like that. You know, you're just saying words basically. Um so yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. You've just made the video, you've done the content, just upload it, and then you'll just see how the video does and the channel does. Like for me, for example, it didn't start off that, you know, well, like at all. Like it started pretty rough, to be honest. One of my first subscribers, which shout outs to, Squish, Squish, yeah, Squish Phantom. She was one of the first subscribers ever, and first one of the first people who commented on a video of mine, like like if I remember correctly, like on the first video. And yeah, I do recommend checking her out. She does make pretty good content. I think she's gone to Twitch to stream more. So she's gonna be streaming way more than making content on YouTube. But do check her out. That is something I do recommend. Uh, and yeah, I've also have had other, and hey, if you want to make content, and you want me to check it out or react to it or who knows what, do let me know. I would like to s- see it. Honestly, like I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna try to like take the video, just re-upload it, like exiled, explained it. That is just bullshit. Okay, like in my opinion, that is just a how would you explain it? Dumb interpretation of reaction content. Sorry to say this. uh like literally. Like literally. I'm sorry for saying this, but it is literally that. Like, it's I wish I didn't have to say this, but like it really is. Anyways, yeah. Again, if you want to like, if you want to start off make creating your content and you want to like hear on me, like you don't have to contact me right away if you like start off content and but that is up to you. And like here's the thing. You can decide whether the reaction content can be like, whenever, or there has to be a timestamp between. So like that is also up to you. So like, even if you're a seasoned content creator, you can also let me know then. Like I don't like the reason why I make reaction content isn't so I can take the glory, so to speak. It's more to giving other content creators a chance and like allowing people to check them out rather than to focus on my sort of view on the content they're making. Even though technically speaking I'm doing that, but like I'm still going like, hey, check them out. Check them out, I've at least made one, and I'm not even joking, one reaction content to each content creator that I've reacted to. And I'm not even joking. Wait, let me see. Um, Basically, channel I've made the reaction video to. Um, Exiled, who just took the video, who just decided to want, who just decided to make a to file a copyright takedown on a video for dubious reasons, but okay. Um, in my opinion. Um, I'm not saying I'm not stupid. Okay, I'm probably an idiot. I'm okay, yes, I am an idiot, that's for sure. But I'm also not I'm not entirely stupid, okay? I'm not entirely an idiot, but I'm also not entirely smart or wise. But that's everyone. That's everyone, to be honest. But yeah, like I've reacted to Exiled's video, which was good. The video itself was good. Exiled himself, I don't like personally. He lost my respect after that. He literally did. Um. Who else? Shardix, great channel. Which what was the other channel that I did react to that I think like that had some decent points, but I don't remember which one was it. Uh, Let me check. Was it this one? Let me see. Um, Wait a minute. I'm just gonna check it out real quick because I don't remember exactly. Cloudbreaker, yeah, Cloudbreaker. Um, who I think had at least decent, but like he wasn't. There were points that I heavily disagreed with. to be honest. There were points that I just heavily disagreed with, and I may have overreacted to that video, as I stated in my in the title. That was actually I find it I find it funny. It was supposed to be a reaction content and not overreaction content. Uh, but at the same time, it felt right because, I you know, I think I may have been a little bit too harsh. A little bit. Um, anyways, I don't think there's anything else to this video that I can say. But yeah, if you want to start off making your own content, you know, then these steps I think would be very helpful. That's up to you. At least these steps kind of helped me when I started. So like at least the steps the way I set up the steps. So yeah. And hey, it's let me know whether this actually helps. I'm actually curious on that and hope you like this video. If you liked it, then hit the like button. If you like to see well, if you like to support me even further, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys in another video. May the storm be with you.